Uh, wow. In the first big move of the offseason, the Anaheim Ducks, being not bright, have decided John Gibson's their goalie. They don't really have a choice. But between the two, Anderson was the better goalie last year. Now, for Leafs fans who go to bed before Anaheim games start, Anderson is a good goalie. Frederik Anderson is the best goalie right now that the Leafs have had since. Oh, do I want to say Cujo? He's not unlike Tuukka Rask in terms of he's a European goalie. What you see is what you get, and he's pretty damn good. He's not old. Now this means Bernier's out. In my eyes, I can't see Bernier being the backup, but this is a trade Toronto wins going away. They lose the number 30 draft pick. Big deal. They lose next year's second rounder. Big deal. This is how you make a trade. And the Leafs win this one going away. Man, if I had saved the Leafs video a day, wow, I am very impressed with Shanahan getting a starting goalie without giving up anybody off the roster and giving up none of their prospects. I would think that after what the Ducks went through in the playoffs, that they would have looked for more than that. Because pick 30 this year is, potentially a good player. He's not going to play for you this year. Wow. So, yeah, I'm going to do a Montreal season premiere, whatever you want to call it. Looking at Montreal, but if this was a drink, I'd be raising it to Brandon Shanahan. And thank you for taking Anderson out of the Vancouver Canucks division. Thank you for making it so that Anaheim's goaltending is a little shakier. And yeah, Anderson is the real deal. I honestly like Anderson more than Gibson. Of all of the goalies in California, other than Jonathan Quick, Anderson's the best, and that's including Jones. Despite the Stanley Cup final, I would put Anderson as right there with Quick. And if Quick plays next year the way he played this year, then Anderson's the better goalie. Wow. And all I think when I see deals like this is, hey, Benning, we have Ryan Miller and Jakob Markstrom. I know he said in an interview this week he's happy with the goaltending tandem. I'm not. I'm really not happy with it for another year. Meanwhile, the Leafs get Anderson without losing a prospect or a player off their roster. Wow. And somebody made a comment on my Leafs video saying, I can't see Leafs finishing ahead of the Senators. I can. If they can somehow manufacture a defense, maybe they are going for Stamkos. Because Frederik Anderson's cap friendly too, so maybe they're going after Stamkos. I don't think I think with the cap hit, I think it's crazy, but I really don't know. It's Leafs fans, it's a good time to be Leafs fans. And it's the first time it's been a good time to be Leafs fans since Ed Belfour was the starter. And I would put Anderson ahead of Belfour. Absolutely. When Belfour got to Toronto, he was energized, but he was still kind of running on fumes. You could tell he was almost done. His age, of course. But, wow. What a deal. Steal of a deal. Steal of a deal. Highway robbery. And, I guess the Ducks see somebody at 30 they really want, but that's insane. Really crazy. And it makes the Kessel deal look better because now they traded Kessel and the number 30 pick they got back. they have now turned into a starting goalie. So losing Kessel and gaining back a starting goalie, not too bad when you look at the top 6 they can put out next year. They're going to be, I'm telling you, the Leafs are going to be a good team next year. And if they can make more moves like this, my God, I'm scared of how quickly they could get better. Again, I still don't see them as a playoff team this year, but Anderson gets them close. And depending on what happens in free agency and draft day, maybe they are in the conversation a little more than they are right now. We'll see. But that's my reaction to the draft or to the trade. Anderson is going to be a fantastic goalie for Toronto. He is the starter you guys need. He can play 50-55 games. He's composed. He's smart goalie, and he's just really, really good. I don't know what else to say. It is a good deal for Toronto. Very good deal for Toronto. Very good deal. So I will be very interested to see from here on what happens. But that is the first big trade of the offseason in my eyes, because Anderson is a really good goaltender. And what's weird is him and Gibson got the Jennings for goals against average. So now he's going to accept that award, and he's a Maple Leaf. He's not going to win the Jennings next year, but the Jennings is an award won because your defense plays well. But if you're not a very good goalie, you don't win the Jennings. His .918 save percentage isn't top of the league, but it's a hell of a lot better than what the Leafs have had in quite a while, and it is better than Reimer. He is a better goalie than James Reimer. I love Reimer. I think he's got a lot of spirit, but this means two things: one, Bernier's probably out, and two, Reimer's not coming back. Reimer wants a shot at being a starter, and Anderson is the real deal. Great job, great move. Kudos.